Hi guys, my name is Dylan Harry, and one thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, which fights breast cancer. And the reason why I want to talk to you guys about is it's one thing I do every year because cancer is actually a big part of my life. Just in the fact of that my aunt has been fighting breast cancer for 4 years, and in knowing that, I wanted to do everything in my possible power to just try preventing it or try creating a new cure. That way, not only stops but helps people that are going through it and makes it a little bit easier than it actually truly is. And the way to do that is by joining the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. I do that every year. It is every year, which is it is one thing that I take down and do get everybody involved at my work, just because it means that much to me. And I've been doing that for 2 years. But enough about me. Let's go on to breast cancer. Breast cancer, it affects it affects millions of people, and not only does it affect people, but it can also lead to people's deaths. And one source that I found is breastcancer.org, which states that about 40,000 people had died from breast cancer. And but not only that, it also states that um, women women have a 1 to 8 chance to getting breast cancer, and then they have a chance from 1 to 36 of dying from breast cancer, which a lot, which that may not seem like a big percentage, but it truly is when your life is on the line. And another reason, um, another reason too is right as it stands right now, there is 2.8 million people who are cancer survivors, or who might still be fighting because it might not be gone all the way, or who are in the clear from it. Which I like to look at that Susan G. Komen played a good role in that, just because they raise money every year for breast cancer and breast cancer only. Um, Not only is it just um, just statewide, it's worldwide. Over 30 different locations, 30 different areas. New York, um, Phoenix, all over the place. It's not just one area. And that has actually been going on since. And the reason for actually, before I go into that, the reason why they started this is is that Nancy I found that Nancy G. Brink promised her dying sister to become a Susan G. Komen organization, or promised her dying sister that she will do something about it, instead of letting it affect other people without doing a single thing about it. And since then, Susan G. Komen became an organization, a global organization who, let's see, who a global organization who's has raised billions of dollars for the cure. And it started out maybe making $200, then has grown every year since then. And where I found that out is actually from the site itself, which is Susan G. Komen, SusanGColeman.com or .org, and that site is where you can sign up and register. I like I do it every year. For example, that is actually the shirt that they hand out last year, because for the cure. And I like to look at that and to show people that I'm fighting for may not be my aunt's, it may be somebody else's, but I believe that everybody has a right to choose their own path and right to choose their own destiny, whether they should die or not. We can't play the judge and jury on that. And since today, there's 70%, and I also found out on the same website that 70% of women today find out that they have cancer, but in the early stages, so they can prevent, so it can be prevent a lot earlier than normal, and that way it doesn't affect their lives as much. And I just want to thank you guys for letting me talk your ears off about it, and you guys all have a good night.